Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Vakyatunta Mahakala
Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Once more, I will repeat. It is Mahakaya. Okay. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva.
Nirvikram Kurube Deva.
Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Sarvakayeshu Sarvada.
Saraswati Namastubhyam.
Saraswati Namastubhyam.
Varade Kamarupini.
Varade Kamarupini.
Vidyarambam Karishyami.
Vidyarambam Karishyami.
Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu.
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu.
Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha.
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha.
Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
Guru Saksha Brahma.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you, Rakshita. Nicely chanted. Okay.
Thank you.
So, children, namaste to all. We have completed so far 6 slokas from the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, today you are all going to present how much you can follow. I could understand. Okay. Let us start with Hasini. Hasini will chant first and second sloka. Are you ready, Hasini?
Yes, Amma.
Yeah. First, you have to start Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Hari Om Mama Nama Hasini Aham Chatra Aham Bengaluru Nagare Vasami. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Udva Mula Madah Shakam Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Yena Savedavit. Second one. Adashchotvam prastutastasya shaka gunapravruddha vishayapravala adascha mulanyanusantatani karmanubandhenu manushya loke.
Very good, Hasini. You have memorized it? You have, by seeing you chanted or without seeing?
Without seeing, Amma.
Yeah, I could make out that. Okay, very nice. Anyway, you can practice more so that even not a single mistake will be there. Because in the second line it was Veda. No, Yastam Vedam Vedasa Vedam. Okay, that's okay, no problem. Nicely chanted. It's better you memorize. Huh? Very nice. Now we will go to the next.
Thank you.
Virat. Virat, are you present?
No, he's not.
No. No, okay. Then next is Vishuddha. Vishuddha, you are allotted 5 and 6. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, 5th and 6th one,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Tameva.
Nirmana mohajita sangadosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandve vimukta sukha dukkha sangaihi gacchantya muda padamavyayam tat natad bhasayate suryah na shashanko na pavakah Yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama.
Very well. Well, very well. Chanted very well. Nice. Vishuddha, good. Keep it up. So now we are moving next It is Sai. Sai again 1 and 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Panchodashodhyayah. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Urdhvamulamudashakam Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit Adashchodvam Prasrutastasya Shaka Gunapravriddha Vishayapravala Adascha Mulanyani Santatani Karmanubandhini Manushya-loke.
Very good, Sai. Not a single mistake. Nicely you have chanted.
Thank you,
Thank you. You have practiced well. Huh? Okay,
you.
we'll go move to Kushi now. Kushi 3 and 4.
Yes, हरि ओम मम नाम कुशी अहं छात्रा अहं बेंगलुरु नगरे वसामि मम माता आशा मम पिता रवि न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चाधिर्न च सम्पृष्टा अश्वत्थमेनं सुवर्धमूलम् असंगशस्त्रेण द्रेण चित्वा तथा पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तनि भूयः तमेव चं पुरुषं प्रवृत्ते यथा प्रवृत्त प्रसिता पुराणी धन्यवादः
Good, Kushi. Good. Very good. You can practice more. Anyway, it was good. Nice pronunciation. Nicely you have chanted. 1 or 2 mistakes were there. That's okay. You by practice, you can avoid that also. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Now we are moving to next is Vaishnavi. Is she present?
Yes, she's
Yes,
present.
Okay. Vaishnavi 5 and 6.
Yes, Amma. Nirmanamo चितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वान्द्वैर्विमुक्ता न तद्भाष्यते सूर्यः शशंखो न पावकाः यद्गत्वा न निवृत्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. I'm not getting this one.
Okay. Paramam mama. Tadhama paramam mama.
Tadhama paramam mama.
Actually, 5 also I could not hear properly. It was not clear. Can you repeat 5 again?
Yes, Amma. Nirmana moha jita sangadoshaha adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंजैर् गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तत्.
6 also?
Yes, Amma. न तद्भाष्यते सूर्यः शशंखो
न शशांको न पावकः.
न शशंको न पावकः.
I think some net connection
yeah.
problem is there.
निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम.
Okay, okay. There was some disturbance from your side. Anyway, you chanted well. Okay, very good. Keep it up. Practice more. Okay. And next is Chinmayi 1 and 2.
श्री भगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाकम् अश्वत्थां प्राहुरव्ययं छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं तस्य शाखाः प्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
Very good. Second sloka, you got the tune nicely. That chandas. Very nice. Okay, good. Now we are going to, next is Deshika. Deshika is 3 and 4.
Yes, Amma. न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर् न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तते एव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्येह यथा प्रसृता पुराणी.
Okay, good. Prapadye, only ha is not there, only prapadye. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Okay, good. You chanted well. Thank you. Next, we are moving to next Deshika, then Rakshita. Rakshita 5 and 6.
I don't know that she prepared, ma'am. She didn't get the message.
Oh, ask her.
Rakshita,
She said she will chant.
you gave the wrong number, child. I couldn't add you to the group.
Okay, Amma.
Can you read?
I didn't learn how.
Ah.
I didn't learn.
Can you chant 5 and 6, Rakshita?
No, Amma.
No, okay. But now this time you give the correct number so that you can be added and you will get the message correctly. Okay.
Okay.
So which any sloka you can chant, 1 and 2 you can chant?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Next time you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Now after Rakshita it is Hanshit. Hanshit is present?
No, ma'am. He's not present.
No. Okay. Then Veda.
Yes.
He is there? Oh, Hanshit is
Hanshit is
there.
here.
Yeah.
Good,
Okay.
good, good.
1 and 2.
Yes, ma'am.
ऊर्ध्वमूलमधशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्.
Next.
अधश्चोत्थं प्रस्तातस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
Oh, very good, Rakshita. Anjali, very nice. Only thing we have to start with Sri Paramatmane Namaha, because first sloka now, and then Sri Bhagavan Vacha, and then you have to start. Otherwise, you did very well. Nicely chanted. You practiced.
Bhagavad Gita, ma'am.
Very good. You have got a book. Good.
Ma'am.
Keep practicing. Okay. As we progress, you keep practicing the whole chapter. Nice. Now next is Vedant. Is he there?
Yes. He's there.
Vedant?
Yes, Amma.
You will chant nicely, I know. 3 and 4. Come on.
न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर् न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशास्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं परिणाङ्गितव्यम्
Parimargitavyam.
यस्मिन् गत न निर्वतन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये इतः प्रवृत्ति प्रश्रित पुराणी.
Okay. Some more practice is required for you. You were absent for 1 or 2 classes, no? Be regular, okay? So that you can learn this Gita, so chapter 15 nicely without fail, okay? Vedant and then Aditri. Aditri 5 and 6. Are you ready?
Yes, Amma. निर्माणमोहा जितसङ्गदोषा आज्ञातनित्या विनिवृत्य कामा द्वन्द्वमुक्ता सुखदुःखसञ्जयी गच्छन्त अमृता पदमन्तवाता.
Next.
न तद्व्यसत सूर्यो न शिक्षो न पद्व्ययत्कात् यत्कात् न निर्विकल्पे
No. Wait. Aditri, wait. Sixth sloka. न तत् भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः. Repeat.
न तद्भाव्य सूर्यो
न शशाङ्को न पावकः.
न शशाङ्को न पावकः
यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते
यद्गत्वा निवर्तन्ते
तद्धाम परमं मम.
तद्धाम परमं मम.
Okay, Aditri, you practice well, so that you can chant without mistake. Next time, better. Okay. Next, Nikita. Nikita 1 and 2. Are you ready?
Nikita is not there.
Not there. Okay. And finally, this is Usha Ashwini.
No, she is not joined.
She is also not there. So that's all. It is over now. So can we go to 6th, 7th and 8th sloka, or what is the time? How much time?
4:20. Amma?
Okay.
I think we'll skip it for today, Lakshmi Garu.
Okay. So children all have chanted well. Most of them have done very well, practiced very well. So thank you very much, children. Be present in all the Samskriti classes and without fail and practice more. Okay? Yes, Amma.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. And now I hand over the space to Sudha and Soumya. Can you unmute? Are you unmuted? Okay.
Yeah. Om to all children. Yesterday was Shivaratri. So today we are going to talk about Shivaratri. Listen carefully because we are going to tell you so much about Shiva. Based on that only there is going to be a quiz in the end. So unless you are attentive, you will not be able to do the quiz. Okay? Okay. So in our Sanatana Dharma, you know there are many festivals and Shivaratri is one of the main festivals dedicated to Lord Shiva. Shiva means auspicious, Mangalakari, Kalyanakari, and he is also the destroyer of evil. And we can worship Shiva in many forms. So you all must be knowing Trimurti. In our Hinduism, 3 main gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the protector, and Shiva is the destroyer. Destroyer means destroyer of evil. You may be wondering why destroyer? See, that is being destroyed. Things are destroyed so that they can be recreated. Destroying is also necessary to keep the balance in the universe. So that is the role of Shiva. Then Shiva is having 3 eyes, you all must be knowing. He has one third eye in his forehead. That eye denotes wisdom. The third eye of Shiva denotes wisdom. That is why he is also called Triambaka, Trinetra. Then Shiva is also a lord of dance. Lord of dance, it is known as Nataraja. Famous Nataraja temple is there in South Chidambaram. He is Lord of dance. Next, Shiva we worship as Dakshinamurti. You all learned that Dakshinamurti in our Samskriti class. You remember? Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshinamurtaye Mahyam Medham Pragyam Prayachya Swaha. Are you all chanting that mantra regularly? That will give you memory, grasping power. You all can excel in your studies. That is why these are all taught in your Samskriti class. So Dakshinamurti is the Adi Guru. The Guru Parampara starts from him only. So that is the Guru form of Shiva. Then Shiva is also Vaidyanatha, healer. He heals all diseases. That is another form of Shiva. The next, he is a yogi. He is known for his intense concentration. He could concentrate or meditate for years together. See, all yoga, the power of yoga originated from Shiva. That is why he is called Adi Yogi. Then Shiva is also worshipped as half Shiva, half Parvati. The name of that form of Shiva is Ardhanarishwara. Note the name. Half Shiva, half Parvati is Ardhanarishwara, to show that Shiva and Parvati are equal. They have equal power. That is about Ardhanarishwara. Then let us see Shiva Parivar. In Shiva Parivar, we have Shiva, Parvati, and their sons Ganesha and Kartikeya. Because there is another, in some Puranas, there is one daughter also mentioned for Shiva called Ashoka Sundari. But mainly in Shiva Parivar, we have only Ganesha and Kartikeya. And do you know what is the Vahana of Shiva? Vahana of Shiva is Nandi, Nandi Vahana. Nandi is the bull. And Nandi is also the guardian of Shiva's abode. You know what is Shiva's abode? Nivastan, Mount Kailash. Kailash is the Nivastan of Shiva, and Nandi guards that place. Now let us see how this puja is done on Shivaratri. See, the entire universe is filled with some divine energy. On Shivaratri day, what happens? Due to some astronomical combinations of earth and moon, our mind can grasp the divine energy easily. So Shivaratri, the whole day is spent with spiritual activity. See, Janmashtami, mostly different snacks are prepared. You eat on Deepavali, you burst crackers and other things. But Shivaratri is mainly spiritual activity. People keep fasting. You know what is fasting? They go without food for the whole day, Shivaratri. Some people, they don't even take water. And in the night, what do? They keep awake, not for seeing movies. Throughout night, they will do bhajans, they will chant mantras, they will go to temples. You know, temples, the different pujas are conducted. And you know how to do Shiva puja? When doing Shiva puja, the bilva leaves. Bilva leaves are very important. What is the significance of bilva leaves? You can see in each bunch, there are 3 leaves. They say the 3 leaves represent the 3 eyes of Shiva. Some say the 3 represent the 3 Shaktis, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. And some people say they represent the 3 letters of Om. Whatever it is, the bilva leaves are very sacred and they have some medicinal values also. So with bilva leaves, people do puja for Shiva. And the Panchashari mantra is mainly chanted. You know what is Panchashari mantra? Namah Shivaya. Even if you don't know long slokas and all that, you can easily chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You know, in Sanskriti class, Vishmi Garu taught you that Shiva Panchachara Stotram, 5 stanzas. The 5 stanzas, first stanza started with Na, Nagendra Haraya, then second with Ma, Mandagiri Chalila, then Shivaya Gauri, the third started with C, and the fourth one Vasishta, that started with Va, and the fifth one Yakshaswara Vaya, the Shiva Panchachara Stotram. So simply Namah Shivaya chanting itself is so beneficial and you will get the blessings of Shiva.
So now, why do we fast on Shivaratri, right? So by staying hungry, not eating food, keeping awake the whole night, by doing meditations and doing prayer on this day, what happens? We cleanse the body and purify the mind. So that's why we keep fasting and then being awake the whole night and then chanting mantras and then saying prayers. And there is a story which is associated with this. Okay, how this fasting and this practice and custom of fasting and staying awake started. So let me tell you the story of one hunter named Sushvara. This hunter Sushvara was very cruel. He used to kill animals and birds daily to feed his family, and even otherwise he was very cruel. Okay. So one day he went out for hunting. The whole day in the jungle he spent, but he couldn't, find any animal to hunt. So it became late in the night, and he couldn't return back home because it became very dark that day, and he couldn't get back home. So he thought he will stay in the jungle only for that day. Okay. So as he was walking, he came near a pond in the jungle. He thought, okay, let me wait here. Some animal might come here to drink water. I can also hunt. And meanwhile, let me rest. He found a tree. He thought, okay, let me rest on this branch of this tree and wait for something to come. And he sat on the branch of the tree. Okay. And what happened? He was waiting. As he was waiting, a deer came by that way. A female deer, a mother deer. Okay, it came that way. So he started aiming his arrow on the deer. As he was doing so, his water bottle or water can that he was carrying with him, incidentally, he hit it, and the water fell down from the bottle onto the grass underneath the tree. Okay, so when he was doing, but under, incidentally, there was a Shivalinga underneath the tree, and the water fell on the Shivalinga. Okay, and so the deer saw the noise, heard the noise, and then looked up. It was frightened. He said, "Please don't kill me. I need to get back to my home, to my children. I have two small kids." But he was a very cruel hunter. He said, "No, no, I have not eaten anything for the entire day. I need to hunt you." But the deer said, "See, I understand. But what I will do, I'll go home. I'll make sure my kids are in safe hand, and I promise to come back to you." Okay. But he suddenly felt a very small sense of compassion or kindness in his heart. Unknowingly, then he said, "Okay, fine, you go and come back as you promised." As he was waiting for the deer, he plucked some bilva leaves. The tree that he was sitting was incidentally a bilva tree. So he plucked some bilva leaves and he kept dropping them under the tree. He didn't know there was a Shivalinga there. So subconsciously or without unconsciously, he was doing these things. And the water from his water bottle was also dripping on the Shivalinga, and the bilva leaf also. He was putting it. It was indirectly a form of abhishekam that was happening, right? And then after some time, a male deer, the father deer, came that way. It was looking for the mother deer, and it was in search of the mother. It came that way. Then again he got ready to kill it. As it saw up, it again begged him not to kill it. It said, "I have my wife and children at home. Please spare me. Let me go back home. Tell them, hand them over, make sure that they are safe, and I promise to come back to you." But this time around, he himself was very surprised to see that instead of being cruel, he felt a sense of compassion in him, and he thought, "Okay, let the deer go. Let it come as it promised. Let it go meet its family members and come back." Similarly, after some time, he was still waiting. The water kept on dripping. He kept on putting the bilva leaves. He was plucking and putting it under the tree. And then two little deers, okay, they came in search of their mother and father. Same thing happened. They also begged. They promised that, "I'll go back home, tell my parents, and then come back to you. We promise." Okay. Then after some time, what happened? As promised, all the four deers came to him to surrender. They said, "As we promised, we have come back to you. You can kill us now." Now, uh, the hunter, right, a cruel one, but now he suddenly turned very compassionate, and there was kindness and warmth that his heart was filled with, and he spared all the deeds. He told them all to go. He said, like, you kept your promise and you came to me. Now I will let you free, let you go. Okay. So that way he let them go. And looking at this, see, he was doing this abhishekam, and see, Lord Shiva, he gets easily, let's say Lord Shiva gets very easily pleased. That's so, even without any subconscious, without any consciousness, he was doing something mechanical, but still God was pleased by that. And he was pleased by the compassion that he and the transformation that came about him. And God appeared in front of him and blessed him. Okay. So a simple act of abhishekam of Lord Shiva without consciousness also ended up in making a cruel man compassionate. And this Sushvara was born, and as God blessed him, Lord Shiva blessed him, and in his next birth, he was born as Raja Chitrabhanu. Okay, and he remembered this event from his past birth, and he continued this custom. So on that day, what had happened? He had not eaten anything, and he was waiting for the deer without sleeping. So he continued this custom of keeping a fast and keeping awake and doing puja and abhishekam to Lord Shiva. Thus, this custom of fasting originated. Okay, and that day, it was a very dark day, I told you, right? So every 14th day of a lunar month, which is just before the Amavasya, right? So it's the Shivaratri. But this particular day in the month of Phalguni month, right, of the entire year, it has a very high spiritual significance. So that is celebrated as the Maha Shivaratri. That is the story behind fasting and keeping awake.
So you understand how by unknowingly doing the puja, all negativity got removed from his mind. Okay. And this story is from the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. It is taken from that. Actually, there are so many stories regarding the origin of Shivaratri from different Puranas. So briefly, I'll tell you the other origins. We don't have that much time to go into the details. Another story connected to Shivaratri is in Samudra Manthan. We will do it in detail some other time. I'll briefly tell you. In Samudra Manthan, the Asuras and the Devas, they wanted the nectar or Amritam, because Amritam gives you that immortality. So for that, they had churning the milky ocean. I don't know whether you know what is meant by churning. Like we take butter from the curd, you have to do like this, churning. So they were churning the milky ocean to get that nectar. But you know what emerged from the sea? Poison. Poison came out of the sea. So immediately, you know who helped them? Shiva. Lord Shiva consumed that poison. And he stored it in his throat. Actually, Parvati, she only prevented it from getting it from the throat to below. So that is when his throat became blue. That is why Shiva is called Neelakanta also. So the Purana said this incident also happened on the Shivaratri day. So on this day, to express our gratitude to Lord Shiva for saving all of us from that poison, we are worshipping Shiva. That is one version. And some people say that Shiva's Tandava, Rudra Tandava happened on this day. That is a vigorous dance of Shiva. When he gets disturbed, he does this Tandava. That also happened on this day only. And mostly in North India, they believe the Shivaratri marks the marriage of Shiva with Parvati. So Shivaratri is actually wedding anniversary of Shiva and Parvati. That is another version. Yet another story is there from Shiva Purana. On this day only, Shiva appeared as a very big column of fire. Big Jyoti, so long, it extending to the whole of universe. Even Brahma and Vishnu, Brahma took the form of a swan and Vishnu took the form of Varaha. Brahma went up to find the top of that column of Jyoti Stambam, and Vishnu took the Varaha avatar roop to find the bottom of that. They could not find it. So it was so long, extending to infinity. So that is the shape of the lingam. From that day only, they say the worship of Shiva as linga started. See, we all worship Shiva in the form of linga. Linga represents the formless God. See, other gods we worship in the human form, Rama, Krishna, and all that. But Shiva is worshipped as linga. That started from that day only. And the linga also represents divine energy. So that is also one story connected with Shivaratri. And this Jyotir Stambam, it was seen in many places in Bharat and mainly in 12 places. So there, in those places, it became Jyotirlinga. Jyotirlinga is not man-made, self-manifested lingas. Temples have been built in these 12 lingas. They are one in Kedarnath, then Kashi Vishwanath, then you have in Rameshwaram, then Sri Shailam, then Triambageshwar in Maharashtra, then Bhima Shankaram also in Maharashtra, Krishneshwar in Maharashtra, Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh, then Mahakaleshwar also in Madhya Pradesh, then you have Vaidyanath in Jharkhand, all these 12 places. And when we connect these 12 places, see in the picture, These 12 Jyotirlingas have been connected, and what do you see? It looks like a shank, conch shell. That is the greatness of the Jyotirlingas. Then, what is the powerful mantra, the Vedic chant with which we worship Shiva? That is Rudram. Rudram is the powerful, and it blesses you with good health, material benefit, and spiritual benefit also.
So we will hear a very small clip of Rudram.
भैरव रुद्राय महारुद्राय काल रुद्राय कल्पान्त रुद्राय वीर रुद्राय रुद्र रुद्राय घोर रुद्राय अघोर रुद्राय मातांड रुद्राय अंड रुद्राय ब्रह्मांड रुद्राय चंड रुद्राय प्रचंड रुद्राय दंड रुद्राय शून रुद्राय वीर रुद्राय भव रुद्राय भीम रुद्राय अदल रुद्राय विदल रुद्राय सुदल रुद्राय महादल रुद्राय रसादल रुद्राय तलादल रुद्राय पादाल रुद्राय नमो.
Okay, that's all about what we wanted to say. Now take your notebook and pen. All of you have a notebook and pen? All of you? If not, quickly bring it. Now we are going to ask you 14 questions, all based on Shiva, simple questions only.
You can write it down.
Repeat it 2 times, the question. So you all one word answer only mostly. You should write the answer. And as usual, we believe you, your honesty, you will correct it yourself in the end. Okay? So are you all ready for the quiz?
Okay. The first question. Who are the Trimurtis as per our Hindu Sanatana Dharma? The 3 Trimurti gods of Hindu Sanatana Dharma. Hope you have written the 3 Trimurtis. Okay. Going to the second question. What is the form, the name given to Lord Shiva in the form when he is as a Lord of Dance? As a Lord of Dance, what is he known as? Lord Shiva's dancing form, what is he known as? Okay. Okay. Third question. We all know that Lord Shiva has 3 eyes. So what does the third eye signify, or what does the third eye represent? The third eye of Lord Shiva, what does it mean or represent or signify? Okay, going on to the fourth question. The Adi Guru, we call Lord Shiva the Adi Guru. So the Adi Guru form of Lord Shiva, what is the name given to Lord Shiva as the Adi Guru who blesses us with knowledge? Name of Lord Shiva in the form of Adi Guru. Okay. And Shiva is also the first yogi from whom the yogic practices originated. So what is the name of Shiva given because of this? Name given to Shiva as the first yogi. Okay. The form of Shiva where he appears as half Shiva and half Parvati. What is that name? Name of Shiva where he appears as half Shiva and half Parvati, half Shakti. Hope you have written this also. Okay, the 2 sons of Shiva. From Shiva Parivar, 2 sons of Shiva. This is very easy. Write it down. I will go to the next question. Vahana of Shiva. What is the Vahana of Shiva? Vahana means transport. Vahana of Lord Shiva. The next question, Shiva's abode. The place that he resides. Name of Shiva's abode. And then the next, the name of the leaves with which we do Shiva Puja. Okay. Okay, the name of the leaves with which we do Shiva Puja you would have written. And okay, the last two questions. How many Jyotirlinga temples are there in India? How many Jyotirlinga temples are there in India? The last question. Name of the powerful Vedic chant to worship Lord Shiva. Okay. Now, hope you have all written. I'll quickly give the answers and then you can correct yourself. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ma'am, you told there'll be 14 questions, but only 12.
We made it 12. 2 questions. 12. Okay. Who are the Trimurtis? Brahma, Vishnu, and Lord Shiva. What is the name of Shiva as the Lord of Dance? Nataraja. How many? The third eye of Lord Shiva stands for wisdom. And Shiva as Adi Guru is also known as Dakshinamurti Swami. Shiva as the first yogi is Adi Yogi. The half Shiva, half Parvati form of Lord Shiva, Ardhanarishwarar. The two sons of Shiva, Ganesha and Kartikeya. The Vahana of Shiva, Nandi. The name of Shiva's abode, Mount Kailash. The name of the leaves with which we do Shiva Puja are Bilva leaves. How many Jyotirlinga temples are there? 12. And name of the powerful Vedic chant used to worship Shiva is Rudram. Okay. So now, are you ready with the marks? You can just post your marks on the chat. Okay. Anyone got 12 out of 12? Anyone? 11, raise your hand. 11. Oh. Okay, Vaishnavi is also 10. Sai got 11 out of 12.
Virat got 11.
Very good.
Vedant got 11. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
Wonderful.
So looks like you've all attentively heard the section.
All shout Om Namah Shivaya.
Once you can unmute and then shout.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. Over to you.
Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sudhaji and Soumya. A beautiful presentation. We felt, I think all of us felt very close to Shiva and we could feel his power. You know, I think yesterday was Shivaratri, so today we could still feel his power because of all the lovely pictures that were shown. So thank you, children. I'm sure you enjoyed the story as well as all that we learned about Shivaratri, which we did not know till now, isn't it? Okay, now we'll go to story time. Now, this also has got a small connection to what you saw in this presentation. Okay, as you the story, you will come to know what is the connection. Okay, and you will tell me. So this again, we are going to be hearing a story from the collection of Sudhamurti ji and her lovely stories. And whose story did I tell last time? Which traveler? What was his name? One wise traveler was there, no?
I remember the story, but I didn't remember.
Shekhar. Okay, the wise traveler called Shekhar. And he helped to move the boulder, remember? So let's see what happened after that. After he removed the boulder, he went to the, he's a traveler, no? He goes to the next village. So let's see what happens next. So there are many stories about this very, very wise traveler and what happens to him. This is almost the one of the stories where we come to know what happens to him finally. Okay, so we see here after collecting money from the panchayat, he leaves the people of the village and he walks, he goes to strolling around and he sees somebody's announcing something in the village square. He goes and stands and he hears. So there the messenger says, Suno, everybody listen to her, listen to this announcement. the king, our great king, Raja Bhojmal. What's the king's name? Raja Bhojmal. He has announced a competition. You all can prepare the best dishes that you can, any variety of dish, and present it in front of Raja Bhojmal, and he will be deciding who is the best cook of this particular nation. Okay, of our country. We're going to decide today. So please come. It's free for all. Please come with your dishes. The best cooks can participate. So Shekhar listens to this and is very interested. Let me also go and see what is happening in that particular palace. Of course, he was not a great cook, but he wanted to go and see that who wins this competition. So there we see so many cooks coming in. Shekhar also goes and stands with the participants. And one by one, you see so many cooks, they come wearing their cloches with lovely dishes, you know, puri sabji, biryani, varieties of pulao, new recipes of biryani, halwa, kheer, maybe some pizza, maybe some pastas, we don't know, from all over. Whatever dishes they could make, they made and they came. And they gave it to the, presented to the king. The king would open the cloche and he would taste the dish. And one by one, he tasted them, did not like them so much. Okay, fine, it's okay, it's just okay. And he says, no, this is not the best dish of my country. No. So one by one, all the cooks are going and standing in one corner. They're all rejected. And the king says, oh, what is this? We don't have one good cook with us. Nobody is there to satisfy my taste. I did not find one outstanding dish from all the cooks over here, not a single dish that was outstanding. So he's lamenting and he's quite sad about it, that nobody could satisfy my taste buds. And his name is what? Raja Bhojmal, Bhojan. He's very fond of eating. He wants to eat good dishes. So he's sad. And he talks to his minister and says, what is this? What shall we do about this? Should I cancel the competition now? Okay, Shekhar is standing and listening to all this. And he's seeing that the king is so agitated. So he says, wait, king, I request you, don't cancel the competition. I am not a great cook, but I can make the best dish for you, which will satisfy your taste buds. The king says, yeah, you will? He looks at him. You will make me the dish? He says, yes, I will come and I will make a wonderful dish. But my king, I have a few conditions. You have to follow my conditions. Only then I will present my dish. The king is intrigued. He feels, oh, this thin, lanky traveler is going to give me some dish. Let me see. Let me accept his condition. Okay, fine. What are your conditions? He says that, oh, king, tomorrow evening, I'll come and present my dish. But from morning till the time I give you a dish, you should not eat anything. You should not eat any food, you should not eat any fruits, you should not eat any coffee, tea, nothing. You should wait for me, and when I present my dish, you should eat my dish. Okay, the king initially gets angry, but he says, okay, fine. Let me see, if I'm going to get a good dish and I'm going to get a good cook and the best dish of my nation is going to be declared, let me see. I will, okay. He tells to Shekhar, okay, your conditions are tough, but I will accept it. So Shekhar says, okay, I take your leave. Okay, and I will go and I'll bring my dish tomorrow evening. So the king and Shekhar discuss the conditions. He's given a place to cook and he asks what and all ingredients and all is discussed. And he is going to go away. So again, he says before going, my conditions are from morning till the time I come, you are not going to eat anything. And I trust you will follow my conditions. The king says, I am a king. Okay, once said, I will follow it. There's no need for you to distrust me. I will go. Go and prepare your dish. So what does Shekhar do? Right, fine, I'll go. So he is going to go away now. He talks to the king, becomes a good friend of his, but he goes away. And he goes to his place to start cooking. The king has got up and he is seeing the lovely breakfast. What and all was there? Vada and all, idli and dosa, but he cannot eat. Lunchtime comes. Food is laid, but he resists. He says, no, I will not eat. He doesn't eat anything. Tea time comes. He doesn't touch no tea, no coffee, nothing he touches. By the time his stomach is starting to grumble, he's starting to get hungry. I think it's the first time the king has ever felt hungry in his life. Can you tell me why? Because he was always eating. He was eating meals. He was eating in between meals also. Okay. Breakfast over, snacks. Snacks over, lunch. Lunch, after lunch, tea, coffee, snacks. Then dinner. So he has never experienced the feeling of hunger. This hunger was a unique experience. And when he sees, by the time it is 4 o'clock, 4:30, and this man, Shekhar, is getting late. He doesn't come at 4, he comes later. So he says to his minister, this is the first time I can make out what the poor people feel who don't have food to eat. I declare that we should have Annadanam in our country. All the poor people should have food, at least one meal. Nobody should go hungry. Today is the day I realized this. So the minister says, okay, it will be done. We will organize food for everybody. Nobody in our kingdom is going to go hungry. Now the king says, yes. So now I will wait. Finally, who enters? Shekhar comes with his dish. He comes and he presents it to the king and saying, I have made a dish for your honor, my king, and I hope you will enjoy this dish. The king is waiting. The king hasn't eaten anything since morning. He is waiting. Please show me, what dish have you got? What is this, lovely recipe that you have created? I want to see. So he's, he's waiting for food, because he first time he's facing hunger. So he says, okay, and he opens it, and what does he see? What dish is there created? Simple dal chawal. Okay, there is rice and there is hot dal over it. The people, can you see it? Dal chawal? Yes. And then what the other people, they get shocked. My God, this man has got dal chawal. King is going to get angry now. He's going to behead him. The minister is shouting at him. What is this? We are a royal kingdom. We have royal kitchens and you're going to feed dal chawal. When he turns and looks at the king, what is he saying? King is happily eating. Happily, he's, oh my lovely, I have never eaten such a dal chawal in my life. He licks the plate and not one grain of dal or chawal is left in the plate. And he says that, how, Shekhar, please tell me, how did you make such a tasty dish? People make dal chawal every day, but how is your dal chawal so special? And what does Shekhar say? What do you think he says? He says, my dal chawal is no different from any dal chawal any mother makes, Your Highness. But the thing is, you were hungry before you ate. And that is why you found it tasty. All these days, you were not hungry, so you never found any dish to be tasty. So, as like animals, they eat only when they are hungry. They have the willpower. Like that, we should also try to eat food when we are hungry. And then only the food tastes the best and we don't waste food. Children, you see how much food is wasted in marriages and all that? Because nobody is hungry. There are 50 dishes there. So this is what Shekhar tries to tell him. And the king is very, very happy with him. And he says, I'm so happy with what you're saying. And I'm going to hereby appoint you as my advisor. He becomes the advisor of King Raja Bhojmal, advising him not only about food, about all other things. Remember, he was a traveler and he's got knowledge. So he says, I have some conditions as usual. So king says, yes, tell me your conditions. People should be, young people, youth should be allowed to travel to expand their minds. They should not stay in one place. There should be libraries built all over for people to read, and there should be free food. The king says, yes, I will definitely. Free food I've already done, but other things also I will definitely implement in my country. Slowly, Shekhar becomes the minister from the advisor and becomes the prime minister of this country and rules very well till the end. So I told you there's a small connection with Shivratri. What was told now? The connection was nothing but the fasting that we do in Shivratri. So there is this benefit of fasting. It gives, as Soumya ma'am and Sudha ma'am told us, it gives us the it allows us to keep our stomach empty, and then when we eat food, we enjoy the food, isn't it? So that is one more benefit of fasting. So quiz time now. You can unmute and you can answer one by one. Why did
he was hungry because
let me read the question. Let me read the question. Why didn't the king enjoy all the special dishes? Who was answering?
Ma'am,
Hanshit, tell the answer.
ma'am, the king didn't enjoy all the dishes as he was not hungry, ma'am.
Very good. What conditions did Shankar place before the king? Who will answer?
Can Vishnuta?
Yes.
Ma'am, Shankar made the conditions that the king should not eat anything before he comes in the tomorrow evening, so that the king will enjoy whatever he will bring.
Yes, thank you, Vishta. Next question. The king enjoyed the simple dal chawal. How? Why?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes,
Ma'am,
who is this?
Hasini, ma'am.
Hasini, yes, Hasini.
Ma'am, because he was totally hungry. That is why he enjoyed the dal chawal.
Yes, and that royal, that halwa, puri and biryani, he didn't enjoy, before.
Yes.
What was he doing wrong that time? What was he doing wrong on those days?
Ma'am, before if he is not hungry also, he was eating so much food. That is why.
Yes, correct. Eating without actually knowing that you want to eat or you don't want to eat. Correct. What is the importance of not eating in between meals?
Ma'am, can I say?
Who is it? Who is this?
Ma'am, Sai Nishant.
Sai Nishant, yes.
Ma'am, like if you our stomach will be empty and it'll say anything we want to eat. So when Shankar gave dal chawal, he immediately ate it because he was very hungry.
Yeah.
And then in between he understood that how poor people are starving.
Yes. And this question says, what is the importance of not eating in between meals for you and me? Should we after lunch snack chips and all that? No? Or we should stay hungry or try to control our eating between meals? Should we control?
Yes, ma'am. We can't eat everything.
But yes, so to improve your appetite, to eat better, to be healthy, we have to restrict our eating. Actually, olden days, there was no supermarket. People used to be farming and they used to very difficultly to get food. But now everything is available all the time. Our fridges are filled with food. So whenever
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yes.
Ma'am, yesterday was as it was Shivaratri.
Yes.
For one whole day, we went going to many temples.
Yes.
Like it was 100 kilometers far away.
Oh, but you
ate? We kept on going on in a bus.
Oh, very nice. Very good.
And ma'am and I skipped the breakfast.
Good. So lunch you must have eaten well.
Yeah, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. Now all of you in the chat box, I want all of you to type in your most loved food item. Like for the king now, it was for Raja Bhojmal, it was dal chawal. What is your best, your comfort food, the food which you love, which you would like to eat? Given a chance, what is it? Come on, put in the chat box. What are you putting? Let me see. Noodles, pizza. Okay. Then I hope healthy noodles and healthy pizza with lots of vegetables and millets and all the wheat. Idli vada, traditional food, wholesome food, whole nutrition with dal, rice, everything, carbohydrate, proteins, fats, everything is there in that. Yes. Anybody else? Biryani and aloo curry. Yes, even anybody would like that on a Sunday and go to sleep after that. Yes. Anybody else? Come on. Only 4 answers I've got. Think and type your best dish that you love to eat. Ladies finger and sambar rice. Okay, bhindi sambar. Okay. And roti paneer aloo sabji. Very nice. Aloo curry. Aloo curry is everybody's favorite, no? Manchurian, oh, Chinese dish, good. Roti and sabji, yes. Staple food of India. Rice, dal, chawal, roti, sabji, and the best food. Sambar, Hasini, with sambar, Hasini? Naan and paneer, very good. So lovely. I think shall I also type my favorite dish? any, okay. Anyway, it's open to all. Everybody can type. I'll say mine is hot pongal. When I'm in a hurry and no time, nothing, what is the best thing to make? Hot pongal, right? Adai, yes, adai is so nutritious. Rava dosa amma, very nice.
Mama used to eat it when I was so little.
Yes, yeah, you eat it now also, it's good. Biryani. Yes. So this is an
Mom, when I
important.
skipped breakfast, I understood. I also understood the same thing,
You understand?
like how poor people are facing.
Correct. Very good. That is what it is. We can empathize with others when we experience that problem. Okay. So that was a story for today. So you had 2 stories today, all of you. Very nice. And I hope you enjoyed both. So now I hand over to Lakshmi ji for the closing prayers.
Amma wants to say something, or
Amma,
can we close?
Amma, can we close?
Yeah, that was very nice, lovely to hear the quiz and story time also, very nice. All chanted also very well. I know Virat did not get time to practice. Next time, Virat, you can chant your verses, okay? But your homework was good. See, otherwise, all have not posted their homework now on the values in the group. Only 2 we
When we
received.
give homework, please do. Take just.
Yeah.
Mom, what is the homework? I was actually absent
Last week you were all absent. Okay, next week you'll again give that homework, then you do it. Because it depends on the values we discussed.
You want to say now, Sudha, so that they can post in the group?
See, you can do it on, see, values like truthfulness, honesty, loyalty, anything, prayer, some value, good values of life based on that, or whatever is your duty also you can do as a son, daughter, as a student, as a, to your neighbors, to nature, anything. Your duty or responsibility, value based on that, you can make a poster and do it. Okay. We'll be discussing again next week in detail.
Yeah. So don't miss the next week session. It'll be very nice, which you missed last Sunday. Okay.
Ma'am, but we have been started exams.
Oh, okay.
Mine is in March, like 18th, I guess, beginning.
This class that will be refreshing for you in between your studies.
It's in April.
Ma'am, for us still from March, ma'am, it is there from March to April starting.
Yeah. So February still free, no? No exams yet.
Mom, February till for March 16th, nothing.
Ma'am, our exams will start from February 24th and end at 3rd March.
Mom, mine are starting from tomorrow. What?
All studies only make Jack a dull boy, right? So take a break and then attend the session.
Attend this
Okay.
class, you will get refreshed.
Mom, sometimes they're giving like projects
You
when
will do
exams
better
are
in
coming.
exams.
One
You will
week.
do better in exams after attending Samskriti class.
Exactly. And
Like
after
saying
that,
the
Sudha,
Dakshinamurti Stotra.
We need 1 week
Yes,
break.
Dakshinamurti Stotram daily you chant.
exactly.
It will make you improve your
If
memory
you
power.
chant it 11 times, you get almost the full knowledge.
Oh.
Very good, very good. Desika and all, you were saying something, Vaishnavi?
Yes, Mataji. Our exams are starting from next week.
Next week, okay. Yeah, look, I said it's 1 hour, See if you can attend, it will bless you in many ways, okay? We learn so much, see, about mantras, values, stories, our Sanatana Dharma, and it'll, clear and make your mind very focused. So you'll be able to study your exam material in half the time, okay? Try it out. Try not to miss. Okay, shall we close, Lakshmi Garu?
Yes, Amma. Yes.
You can close.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.